We go from maroon to maroon, going maroon again. Let's keep the trend going. We're going Jaden Rashada. Don't want to trigger any Florida fans here, but look, Jaden Rashada is pretty good at football, if you ask me. All right, and you're gonna look at the scores of the games that he played in, and you're gonna be like, "Well, this guy's a bum." It's the whole Josh Allen thing. He went like 6-7 in Wyoming. It's like he's a good football player. All right, he was playing with Timmy and Joe over there, that they found on the swing sets, on the local elementary playground before the game. I mean, like Jaden Rashad is a good football player. He is extremely athletic. He's got a pretty good arm. I would say that he's young, so like accuracy is an issue and decision making is sometimes an issue, but overall, like the future of Arizona State rests on the shoulders of Jaden Rashada. And moving to the Big 12, that's a big deal. Not everyone in the Pac-12 got to go to a new conference. All happy go lucky. And this is Arizona State as an athletic department. And people always bring up, oh, this school's a sleeping giant. This school's a sleeping giant. This school's a sleeping giant. Arizona State in every sport is a sleeping giant. They've been held back by some administration, feels like some bad coaching hires. I personally love Kenny Dillingham, by the way. I thought the hire was great when they hired him. I'm excited by him. I thought he did a fine job last year, despite what some of you bozos are going to come in the comments looking at their overall record and saying, oh, Arizona State, they stink. Kenny Dillingham's terrible. He's on the hot seat. What are we talking about? I mean, unbelievable. I think Jaden Rashad is a huge part of Arizona State moving forward.
Yeah, you mentioned how tough of a spot he was put in, and like credit to Kenny Dillingham for keeping the team competing down the stretch. But Jaden Rashada was not only was he thrusted into a bad situation, not only did his life get turned upside down, he thought he was going to Florida. Very happy to do so. And then obviously a lot of stuff happened there, very public. Go look at that story. It's not for me to report. But basically, some NIL stuff happened where he ended up at Arizona State last minute. Came in, is making the best out of a bad situation, and is honestly kind of thriving. I love the fit with Kenny Dillingham, like you mentioned. He comes in and wins the job right away. I think it was a shock to see him start that Thursday night game, right? And he came in, he played okay. They had a nail biter against an FCS football team. Doesn't matter. The team was terrible, but Jaden Rashada showed some promise all year in the games that he played. He had a knee injury. He's looking to return to form this spring and summer, obviously, to get ready for fall. He'll probably be the quarterback for him. Elijah Badger returns. Xavier Guillory returns. Cam Scatabo and Malik Brown at running back. I love what they're doing for Kenny Dillingham there. And you mentioned it, Shaden Rashada's potential to bring this team up to the top half of the Big 12, right? In a kind of an open Big 12, right? Is it crazy to say Jaden Rashada could be a top half Big 12 quarterback next year? Not at all. And obviously, he's just getting there, limited experience. Kenny Dillingham, I think, can get the best out of him. I mean, 6'4", 185 as a redshirt freshman, right? Seventh quarterback in last year's class, sixth in the state of California. Right. I love it for Jaden Rashada. There's a reason he's on this list. We're pretty high on him. We understand that context does matter in certain things in college football. Arizona State was a dumpster fire last year, thanks to Herm Edwards, right? And Kenny Dillingham, they're trying to overhaul it. They're bringing in a ton of transfers this year, a ton of new guys, new faces. It's going to be a brand new roster from where it was just 2 years ago. And Jaden Rashada is going to be the guy to lead them, to hopefully, a bowl game this year, and then obviously take a next step in terms of wins next year. But Jaden Rashada can be an absolute star, right, in college football.
Yeah, and I thought they did fine in the transfer portal. I mean, there were plenty of holes in that team. I believe they got 23 incoming transfers. They cleaned house themselves a little bit. I believe they got 18 outgoing transfers, but a lot of these guys haven't found homes yet. If that tells you anything. So, um, I don't know. I mean, who would be the biggest guy that they lost? Maybe BJ Green.
Yeah.
I mean, I like Kamari Wilson that they got coming in. Uh, Raleek Brown I like a lot, so I believe you already mentioned. That'll help them on the offense for sure. Defensively, Jeffrey Clark, Keyshawn Elliott, I like it. We'll see. I mean, it might not all come together year one, but let's not give up on Jaden Rashada at all. That is a mistake. The last very athletic quarterback that they gave up on Arizona State, well, I mean, he's a pretty good football player, if you ask me. So maybe won a Heisman. Probably need to pay $20 million getting drafted in the first round this year. So I do not give up on Jaden Rashada, folks. Come on, it's way too early.